What's going on, Jerome's? Lance Zierlein, NFL.com. He puts in the work, and he ain't afraid to go out on a limb. And his mock draft 3.0 gets spicy. Es muy caliente. That's like not even Minnesota spicy, which, I mean, some Minnesotans find like ketchup spicy. But this one actually has some heat. This one has some Scovilles. And the Vikings, interesting spot where the Vikings trade down. They stay in the first round. They get some draft capital, and they still get a hell of a player in Drew Sanders, which we'll talk about. But looking at the mock first. So Panthers, Bryce Young. Yes. Texans, 2. D'Amico Ryans, defensive guy. They don't go quarterback. So they go Tyree Wilson at 2. The pride of Texas Tech, keeping him in state, comes over from Lubbock, and he's a premier edge rusher. And the Texans have done this before. You look at Mario Williams. You look at Jadeveon Clowney over quarterback options. So it's really interesting. 3, the Cardinals. This would be prime trade down spot. So Will Anderson going to the Cardinals still, that makes sense. Even though he's second edge rusher off the board, Texans betting on the upside of Wilson versus the already fantasticness of Will Anderson. Well, Tyree's pretty good too. 4, Ravens. Interesting. Trading with the Colts, and this is the one where they trade for Lamar Jackson. So the Colts were just like, you know what? We're going to get it done with Lamar, and with Shane Steichen, the way that he worked with Jalen Hurts in Philly, I think he can incorporate a lot of those concepts with Lamar, and you just go from there. So C.J. Stroud going to Baltimore, I think it's a fantastic spot for him. Well, now gets C.J. Stroud some weapons as opposed to just Nelson Aguilar. Ridiculous. Jalen Carter, 5 to the Seahawks. Witherspoon, that sucks to the Lions. I love Witherspoon. Whatever. The Texans trade up with the Raiders to go get Will Levis. So, interesting. Very spicy, where the Texans at 2 take Tyree Wilson, and they're going to get second guess forever, taking Tyree Wilson over Will Anderson, and then Will Levis over Anthony Richardson, or just taking C.J. Stroud at 2. So Caserio and D'Amico Ryans are setting themselves up to be second guess forever, but I like the gamble. I ain't scared. Christian Gonzalez to the Falcons. Ooh, Gonzo with Terrell. That's nice. That's nice, man. Van Ness to the Bears. He seems like a bear, doesn't he? So he crosses the river into Illinois, and he's going to be a pain in the ass for many, many years. Skoronski going to the Eagles. So put him in a right guard. You don't know how long Lane Johnson's going to play, so go from there. JSN goes to Tennessee Titans. Now, that's interesting that the Titans, who are potentially rumored to trade up to 3 for a quarterback, and they're going to pass on Anthony Richardson in this spot. So, also the Falcons passing on Anthony Richardson, interesting. The Raiders pass on Richardson, even moving down from 7 to 12. They take Darnell Wright. Hopefully they can finally get it correct at the tackle spot. Broderick Jones, hedge for the health of Mekhi Becton going forward. He goes to the Jets. And then the Patriots finally stop the slide of Anthony Richardson. And, what's ironic is that Richardson has been compared to Cam Newton a lot, and Cam sort of finished up his career, he went back to Carolina, but whatever. But he was with the Patriots after Tom Brady left, whatever. But yeah, the rift between Belichick and Mac Jones, I think that's legit, and I think that they very easily could move on, and I think that they could make a move in the draft to get a quarterback. But, I mean, Belichick getting Richardson at 14 just by sticking and picking, that's ridiculous, man. Dalton Kincaid goes to the Packers. Jordan Love finally gets some weapons. You got the Commies taking Paris Johnson Jr. Deontay Banks, thanks, going to the Steelers. Michael Myers, T.J. Hawkinson replacement. Nolan Smith going to the Bucks. I mean, the fact that they haven't really replaced JPP on the edge, it's kind of ridiculous. But Nolan Smith goes down to Tampa. Miles Murphy going to Seattle. Ooh. All right, so Seattle, who they get? Oh, all right, so Seattle got Jalen Carter, and now they get Miles Murphy. That's good. That's good, man. I love that front seven, how that's shaping up. Plus, they add Draymond Jones. Woo, let's go. Jalen Hyatt goes to the Chargers. Now, I know it's surprising because you look at all the receivers that they have. I mean, Keenan Allen is back. Mike Williams got paid. I like Palmer a lot, formerly of Tennessee. So why not add another Tennessee receiver? Speedster. And yeah, he's a one-trick pony. It's a hell of a trick. And now Herbert gets a full-on deep threat. Zay Flowers goes to the Ravens. It's about time that they start getting their quarterbacks and weapons. So that's a good get for C.J. Stroud. Vikings were at 23. They trade back with the Bills. Bills take Bijan Robinson. Him and James Cook are going to be a nice 1-2 combo, but that's going to be dangerous. Now, he doesn't get into trade compensation, but the Vikings essentially moving down 4 spots. Like maybe we're looking at a third. Maybe. who knows? I mean, it would be great if they were able to leverage a second, but that's probably unlikely, only moving on 4 spots in the back end of the first. Porter goes to the Jaguars. Branch goes to the Giants. So looking who the Vikings passed on. So Bajan was there. Porter, Branch, Quentin Johnston, all on the board. Cansey's there. Okay. I mean, I wouldn't have done it. I would have sticked and picked. I probably would, even though I love Branch, I probably would have taken JPJ, Joey Porter Jr., but moving on back, getting Drew Sanders. Sanders is a dog, man. I love him. This is what Zierlein wrote. Sanders spent 1 season at inside linebacker and absolutely filled up the stat sheet at Arkansas. He's big and a solid athlete. He can be capable pass rusher for Minnesota when to deploy when needed. Now, what's ironic is Drew Sanders is what the Vikings always wanted Anthony Barr to be. All right, so he can be a great strong side linebacker. I don't think his future is going to be at off ball. I think what his niche is going to be is a edge rushing linebacker, so sort of the Micah Parsons role. I mean, that's what he was at Alabama, mainly rushing from the edge. Arkansas, they kicked him inside because they lacked athletes, and he was good. He was really damn solid. Posted 9.5 sacks, 103 tackles, and given his size, 6'5", 233. Also, you like that he's 21, turns 22 on the last day of this year, and he's a guy that has great size, great length. He's a plus athlete, even though he didn't check the boxes in testing, but absolutely can get it as a pass rusher. He's still raw. I mean, still vacillating because when he was a pass rusher at Alabama, he never really got the time of day. But he was able to rack up and stack up sacks just through sheer will and a lot of blitzing through the A and B gap. But, of course, he does have that edge experience, and he's a guy that's just learning. Like, who knows what position he's going to play in the league? Like, who knows where Flores is going to deploy him? Well, he used him like Van Noy or Jerome Baker. I think that would make a lot of sense, and I think that he's just really settling into what it means to be a linebacker. Right now, he's just more of a instinctual player getting by on natural talent, and that's something that Flores can mold and go from there. So I really like this pick, although it did seem like they're passing up on a lot of value, with JPJ, Branch, and Quentin Johnston still on the board. But, I mean, if the Vikings could squeeze out a third rounder and some change, move back 4 spots, still get Drew Sanders, I'm okay with that. And then the rest of the way, just sort of whatever. But, yeah, again, spicy. A lot of movement at the top of the draft. Vikings move down, stay in the first, and still get a dude the caliber of Drew Sanders. Like Sanders and Asamoah long term as your linebackers, and also Sanders as a plus pass rusher. I kind of like it. Man. But your thoughts are thoughts. Lance Zierlein mock draft 3.0. Vikings move down, still get a dude in Drew Sanders. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Once put the work, put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol. Production value.